Hello everyone. I welcome again to all of you to this Android development class. Today we'll start with the next topic. And before starting, I would like to first of all show you something which will be really important. Just a second. So in the last class and in the subsequent classes, we have understood in great detail about edit text, text view, and button. Okay, so based on that, I would first of all like to show you one app, and I request all the students to try this app by themselves. Okay, the app is very simple. I'll switch my screen and show you my mobile, and there you can see my app. Okay, just a second. So I hope my screen is visible to all of you. And now I'll show you a very simple app, which is called Currency Converter app. Okay, this app is very simple. As you can see, what is present there? On top, you can see image view. Below that, we have a text view where I have kept a message like Currency Converter application. Below that, you can see edit text where a message in the hint is given, that is enter currency value in dollars. Okay, now based on whatever value you will put there, based on the value you will put there, I'll press the button convert. It will convert that value and show into rupees. Okay, so let's do it. So as you can see, for this edit text, I have kept the type as number, and that's why the keypad which is coming up here is number. Okay. Okay, guys. So let's see now. So what I will do, I'll enter some number, and that will be actually taken as dollar. So I'm putting here two. So let's see what is the value of $2. So if I click on the button convert, you can see a toast below, which will be displaying the converted value, converted money in rupees. So let's see. So can you see it is showing rupees 152 point something. Okay. If you have not seen, I'll click the button once more and you can see. Okay. It's up to you whether you want to show it in the toast, or you can take one more text view and there you can show the result. Okay, so it's up to you. So I hope this simple project can be done by every student. Okay, if you are not able to do, no problem. By the end of the session, I'll send you the front-end coding and the back-end coding for this project as well. Okay, now let's move to the now I'll move to my laptop screen, and then I'll start the next project there. So I hope my screen is visible to everyone. Our next project is related to the registration system. Okay, so what I will do is I'll choose a simple registration kind of device and registration system. You can go for registration of anything. So you might be knowing that in many projects, or you can many websites, many places, whenever you are trying to register, you are always, whenever you are trying to add with that system, they will first of all ask you to register. Okay, so in register, they will generally ask few details, like you can insert name, you can insert like email ID, yes or no. You can go for many details like email ID, mobile number, yes or no. So you might be observing that suppose this is a button here, which is saying submit. Okay, now if I click this button submit, and suppose I have not inserted name is not inserted, email ID you have inserted, mobile number you have inserted, but name you have not inserted. So you might be saying that you are getting some message here only saying that you have not entered the name. Okay. Or you might have seen somewhere that suppose the password should be of 8 characters, minimum 8 characters. And if you have not inserted 8 characters, you will get a message here only that you have not inserted a password or mobile number, whatever, that is not a valid one. Okay. So those authentication process is at the back end. And once everything is correct, then only this submit is carried over. Okay. So today we'll take some edit text here once more, and we will see how we can check, first of all, how we can check that whether the input is done or not, first thing. And we can even also try some advanced features, like suppose if password is given and the password should be of 8 characters and that is not maintained, then how that errors can be shown here. Okay, this simple project we have to do today. So in order to save time, I am sure you all have understood how to create front-end design. I have already created the front-end design. Okay, you know that for this front-end design, what we need actually is we need some edit text. Okay, as per the requirement of the registration, like name, email ID, mobile number, password, and all, whatever you want. As many edit text you want, you can put here. And we will require one button at the end. Okay, so I have taken 3 to 4 fields, and based on those 3 to 4 fields, what we have to do, we have to fill the details. Okay, so this you have to keep in mind. So I request every student to do this by, just draw this diagram, and then I'll come back to you. Okay, so if you look carefully, this can be an easy task which can be done. Okay, so I hope you all have drawn the diagram as a note kind of. And before starting this, I would like to show one more project. I just remembered one more project I would like to give you as a homework. Please try that, and then I'll switch back to this project. Okay, I'll just show you in my smartphone. Okay, just have a look. I'll come back again. Okay, so let me show you. This is again a very simple project. I'll open up that project first. I hope my screen is visible to everyone. Does someone confirm me? I hope my screen is visible to everyone. I hope yes. Okay. Now look at this simple app. This app is very simple. So if you just try to see what actually I'm trying to show you, can anyone guess and tell me what actually this app is all about? It's very simple. Just try to see, guys. Yes, it's very simple. Okay, so basically I'm trying to tell you that can you design a simple resume kind of. Okay, so I hope this everyone can try and do. Okay, so this is really very interesting, and in this I've just made half only so that you all can give a try and complete it. If you look carefully in this, I have set an image view. And along with image view, what else you can find here is 3 text view, not edit text. Why? Because if you are putting edit text, what will happen? You have to insert. Okay, and I'm not going to insert any data here. Okay, so please keep in mind, I'm not inserting any data here. Okay, so the only thing which you have to keep in mind is that if you are asked to insert the information, then only you use edit text. Otherwise, you use what? Text view. Okay, this should be this everyone have to keep in mind. So you can see I have taken 3 text views where I have said what? The name, mobile number, and the email ID. Okay, now you all are very smart, I am sure, and you can put some more details like about you, about your I mean strengths, weakness. Those details I expect you can do yourself. Okay, so you can take some more edit text, okay, and you can start doing it. Okay, so in the next class, if you have done, you can even, I mean, you can try to show me. I'll give you my email ID by today. You can use that and you can send me the projects. Okay. So this, I'm sure this profile making kind of task can be done by everyone. If you can do this, what benefit you will get is you can send your this app to anyone, and when they will open up, they will be able to see your complete profile. Okay, so this will be a little bit beneficial to you all. Okay, so with this, now I'll move backward and I'll go to my laptop screen, and then I'll show you my project there. Okay, just a second. Okay, now I'll share my screen from the laptop and just confirm me whether it is visible to everyone or not. Yeah. So I hope my screen is now visible to everyone. Okay. Now I'll come back. Okay. So now let's see here, all of you. If you see here, all of you, I have already told that I have prepared the front-end design. And in this front-end design, I have taken 4 edit text. Okay. So if you look carefully, the first, if I touch the first edit text in this, in the first edit text, if you look carefully, the first edit text is your, you can say name. Second one is your email ID or whatever you want, that can be set. Okay. Second one, whatever you want, you can set it. So we'll see one by one. The first one is your name. Already you can see the ID is present. I have kept the ID as name here. Okay. And in the hint part, I have written here, enter name. Okay. And I have connected it very well. You can see at every place. Second, if you look carefully, it is email ID. I have kept the hint also as enter email. Okay. Similarly, if you look at the third one, it is phone number, and the fourth one is your password. Okay. So 4 edit text I have kept here and 1 submit button. Now, if you look carefully at the submit button, what I have to do, I have to keep 1 function, and the function name is submit me. And you can see this is red color. So what I have to do is I have to first of all create this function. Now I'll quickly move to the backend code and I'll start that. Okay. So as you know, the first thing which we should do is we should create the function. So the function will be what? Public void, and it was submit me. Okay. And in the parameter part, you will pass view b. Okay. If everything goes well, there will not be any error. Okay. And now you save, and then you again go back and check whether that redness is gone from there. Okay. You can see now it's not red. Okay. It means that the function has been set. Now what we have to do, we have to, first of all, as you know, I told you, whenever you are going to the back end, the step number 1 is, first of all, you have to create the variable and then link them. Okay. All those components which you are going to use, you have to create the variable for them and you have to link them also. So how we can do that? It's very simple, as we have done in the last class. So as you know, all the components are edit text. So I will take the edit text here. Okay. So edit text E1, E2, E3, and E4. Okay, so 4 edit text I have taken. Now what I will do, I will link all of them. So how to do? It's very simple again. So even dot, what I will do, not even dot, what I have to do, even equal to, because I am going to link. Okay, that's why we will use always equal to here. So I'll write here edit text. As you know, typecasting has to be done, and I'll call the function find view by ID r dot id dot. Okay, just a second, it's hanging a little bit. So here what I will be writing, I will write the complete path. Okay, if the Android Studio is hanging anytime, you don't make any changes, otherwise you will have to close your Android Studio and open once more. Okay, just wait for some time. So r dot id dot, it will be name here. Okay, next I'll take second one, that is e2. That is right here, edit text, and then find view by ID. Okay, so here again I write r dot id dot. What was the second one? Second one was email ID. So I'll take here email. Then let's third one. It's all very simple. So it will be edit text. R dot id dot. So third was phone. So see guys, if you have the matching should be correct, otherwise you will lead to errors. Okay, not logical errors, not conceptual errors. I mean logical errors, not syntax errors. So we have 4 edit text, so I'll take 4 of them. The last one, find view by ID, r dot id dot pass. So last one was password. Okay, so now variable creation and linking is done. Now what I will do, I have to go to the last point, that is what actually we had decided that if user all the details are not inserted properly, then we have to give a suitable error kind of, so that a user can insert the detail. Okay, so let's now try that. So if you look carefully, what basically we have to do is we have to take this, whatever input is there, we'll first of all grab the input, and then if that input is not inserted, what will happen? I told you in the first class where I started edit text, I told you that whenever any input is given, and if you try to get that input, you actually get string. Okay, so what I will do is I'll first of all find the length of the string. Okay,
Sir, audio is muted, sir.
Am I audible, guys? Am I audible? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Sorry for the interruption. I hope I'm audible, guys. Okay. Okay. Thank you. So I don't know by what time I was not audible. Okay. I'll just have a recap. I here told you about the text, edit text, and here I was just trying to make you understand that if you have set, if you are checking the length, you can find out whether the user has inserted the text or not. Okay. If the length goes equal to 0, it means the user has not inserted the text. Okay. So in that scenario, what I can do, I can display a respective message. Okay. That was a simple thing which I was doing. Okay. So I have done that for all the edit text, and you can see here. Okay. Now what will happen if I will run my program, and when I will click the button, what will happen? It will check all the if conditions. Okay, and based on all the if conditions, whichever will be giving me true, there this message will be displayed. Okay, this is the simple project one. If you want, you can later on make more modifications by giving more validations and all, and you can make it more authenticated way. Okay, so let's practically see with in my mobile that how this app will be executing. Okay, so let's see this. So I'll switch my laptop to smartphone so that I can show you. So now you can see my smartphone, and I'll just show you the app. Okay, now you can see the app is visible to all of you. Okay, now you can see here name, email, phone number, and password is asked. Okay, so it's up to you. Whatever you want, you can insert. Like I'm inserting something, whatever. Okay, you can insert whatever you want. In phone number, as you know, it is a number one, so you can insert. It's up to you, whatever you want. But what I'm doing now is I'm not inserting anything in the password section. Okay, so what will happen if you look carefully? It's going to display me a message. Okay, so I have set here a message as password must be 8 characters. Okay, it's up to you. Okay, let's make a change. Like suppose I am putting some password and I'm changing here. I'm not entering the phone number. Okay, now if I click, what will happen? So you can see because of that request focus, the message is displayed. Okay, that enter your phone number. So here once you enter the phone number, it will take it, and it will not display any error. And as you can see, I'm just checking some the easiest part, that is only whether the input is done or not. I'm just checking that. Okay, but that is not actually the correct thing. What you will have to do is you have to go for correct validation. Like if you see here, it's about email ID. So here, whatever email ID you are doing at the end, at the rate Gmail or whatever you want, you have to check it. Okay, so then it will be considered as a correct validation process. Okay, just for taking it as an easy one, I have taken the simplest checking process. Okay, so with this, I hope you have understood how you can go for form validation. Okay, I'll switch to my laptop screen. Okay, so this was a very simple project, and I hope everyone can do this. Okay, now let's move to the new project. And in the last class, I taught you about image view, but we have not actually used it properly. So we'll create a new project today, and we'll try to use them. Okay, so let's see. So before starting the project, I'll show you the output which I expect we can do it. So I'm just keeping the project name as a very simple one, that is guess the celebrity. Okay, so you can understand, guess the celebrity. So what I will do, I'll take some photos, okay, and I will put some names, and you have to tell me whether the person is, who is that celebrity. You have to see. So what I will do is, first of all, I'll show you that app so that you can just guess and tell me whether you can, you are getting the logic, you can develop the logic yourself or not. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. So all of you are requested to look at my laptop's, my mobile screen, and there I'll just open up my app and I'll show you. Okay, just a second. So now my mobile screen will be visible to everyone, and I'm opening the very simple project, which you can see now. Okay, so I've taken a very simple project. In this, on top, you can see it's written game score. You can write whatever you want. Okay, or that is a simple text view. And below that, I have taken a image view where I have kept a celebrity photo. Okay, and below that, I have kept 4 buttons. And on the buttons, what I have done, I have written the names of some celebrities. And I'm sure everyone knows who is this person. But let's see, I'm going to choose a wrong option. So what will happen? If I choose, what I have done actually is, if I am choosing the wrong option, on top you will get the message that whether this option is correct or not. Okay. And later on, if it is the correct option, you will get the message that whether you have chosen the correct one or not. Okay. So let's see, if I'm choosing the first one, I'm getting the response as wrong response. Okay. And even the toast, I have given the message. Okay. So similarly, if I choose some other, you can see still the wrong response is given. But if I choose the correct one, what will happen? I'll get the correct response. So let's understand how this actually is really working. I mean, how really we can write the logic for this kind of project. Okay. And once we have done this, I will give you a little bit harder project, and I hope you all can do it yourself. Okay. So let's do it and understand how this kind of project can be done. Okay. I'll switch to my laptop and I'll show you this, how this project can be done. Okay, so I hope my screen will be visible to everyone now. Okay, and I'll quickly now create the new project and I'll keep the name guess. Guess who am I? It's up to you, whatever name you can keep. Guess who am I? Okay. So you can keep, see, this saving location is very important. I have been telling from starting only. So what you have to do is, always you have to create a folder. So you can see here I'm creating a folder. You can put any name, like I'll put the same name. Try to keep the same name so that what will happen, you will be able to recognize it in a very easy way. Okay. So now whatever pages will be created, it will be all stored in the guess who am I folder. Okay. I'll press OK. And without making any more change, I'll click on the finish button. Okay. So it will take some time to load. And once that is done, let's discuss how we can make this. So in order to make this, what we'll have to do, we have to create the front end first. In the front end, on the top, I'll keep one text view. Okay. After that, I'll take one image view, and below that, I can take some buttons. Okay. So in order to make it easy, I'll take only 2 buttons. Let's see which one is correct and all that we will decide. Okay. So suppose if this is correct, it should display the message. If this is wrong, and if I choose second one, it will display correct message. Okay. So quickly, let's make it the front end design. And as I have already told that whenever you are opening the project, you should close the last project so that the memory can be saved. Okay. Now, if you look here carefully, it will take some time. It will get loaded. Once it is loaded, then we can start. Okay. Now let's move to the front end design. And in the front end design, what we have to do, we have to quickly take all the components. So as you can see, it is taking some time. We will wait for that. Once it is loaded well, then we can start. Okay, so you can see now it's loaded well, and I will quickly just select this text view and I will delete this. Okay. Now what all things I require? I require first of all a text view. I'll add a text view here on top. Okay. And as you know, the first thing which you have to do is you have to write that ID. So I'll not change the ID. I'll let it be the ID, whatever is present here. You have to be, if required, we'll come back and see what the IDs are. Then we will use the constraint layout and I will link everything. Okay. So linking was a simple thing from the last classes we have seen. And keep in mind, we have to do match parent here, not wrap content. Okay. So when you do wrap content, it will maximize. Okay. And you have to set the margin as per the requirement. So I'm setting the margin as 24 from both ends. And I can see it has expanded. Okay. And on top also I'll keep 24 so that it will be easy looking. Okay, now I have set on the lower part, I have not set. Okay, that I'll set later on. After taking the second component, then only you should link the first one with the second one. Okay, in the text part, what you should write. Okay, this is text view, so you can write any message like a result, whatever. It's up to you what you want to write. So result result you can take. Okay, and let's increase the size of this text. I will take it like 18. Okay, and I'll put it in center so that I can see it properly. Okay, so with this I have made all the setting. Now what I will do, I'll take the image view. So this is again very important. So you'll drag this and you'll put it here. So when you're taking image view, it is by default taking the images. Okay, so I will take first image, I'll put it here. Okay, or what you can do is you can select and put all the images first, and you can take the first image by default here. It's up to you. Okay, so once you have taken the image, we will see the image view ID is image view only. Okay, then I will move to the layout and I will link it. Okay, so linking is very simple. Just click on all the sides and you can see here. So here again I will make it 24 so that it should not take a lot of space. And here I'll again, as you know that if I stretch a lot, it will take a lot of space. So it's up to you how you want to adjust. Okay, so you can take anything whatever you want. Like if I take 50 this side and if I take 50 on this side, you can see it is coming in middle. And if I expand it, it will expand also. So it's up to you how you want to set. Okay, so once you have set all the three, again go back to the top one and you link it with the bottom one. Okay, and it will be best if you keep the values of the padding same on both the sides. So you can see I have kept 24 on the both sides. Okay, now quickly what I will do, I will take few buttons, and as I told you, I'll take only 2 buttons. So you can take 2 buttons. I'm taking 1 button here and I'll link it quickly. So I'll take 1 button here, I'll link it. Okay, so linking is again very simple. So once the linking is done, what I will do, I will pass a message here. Okay, so for that I have to first of all choose the images. Okay, so I'll quickly go to the image box and I'll take some images from there. So just wait, let me open the drive. Okay, and in images part, I have taken a folder Bollywood and I have kept some images. It's up to you, you can choose any image. So I'm taking 2 heroes name like this, and let it be this. Whatever you want you can take, but guys keep in mind all the names should be in small letter. I have told you in the starting only. Okay, the name should be in small letter. Okay, I have copied that from there and you have to now paste it in the resource. So go to the resource, here in the drawable section you have to put. So you have to just paste it here. Just wait a bit, it's hanging, my laptop is hanging a bit. So if the RAM is not proper, I mean, if RAM is getting overloaded, then the problems will come. So if everything is okay, the images will come there properly. Okay, so I assume the images are there. Okay, so once the images are set, what you will, once you have taken the images, that's okay, done. So I'll not put the image from the front end designing. I'll put all the images from the back end part. Okay, so I'll just take. I have taken the images and that is done there. Okay. So once that is done, I'll just change the name as per the name of the person is there. It's up to you. You can take any name like ABC, whatever you want. So the logic present is here only, that whatever name I am putting here, from that I am grabbing the text part. Okay, So keeping that in mind, as per the celebrity is present, I'll keep the name. Okay. So I'll move to the common attribute part, and in the text part, I'll put the name. As you can see, the two heroes name which I've taken, based on that I'll put the name. So first one, as you can see there, that's Ajay Devgan. So whatever name you want, you can put there. Okay. So name I have set there. It's up to you. You can do the changes like setting in the center and making it bold, making the color change, and all those things you can do it yourself. Okay. Okay. Now I'll take one more button below this. Okay. And I'll not make any change inside the ID part. Okay. I'll quickly just link all the buttons. And as it is the last one, because I told I'll not take more than 2. Okay. In this way, I'll just link it. So I'll change the name here. So whatever name you're keeping, there lies the logic. Okay. So you can take one more name as per it's written there. So I'll take AK. Okay. See, this name is the place where the logic is hidden. So keep in mind the name should be correct. Okay. Otherwise, you will get some errors. So once you have set the name and if all the settings are done properly, you can move to the backend code. Okay. So it seems everything is okay. Front-end design, back-end design, everything is set. So once everything is set here, what I will do, I'll move to the backend code. So I have taken one text view, one image view, and 2 buttons. One thing I have not set, that is what? The on-click function. Okay. As you know that when you click the button, then only the logic is implemented. So I'll take a button here and I'll put here. Okay. So it's up to you. Whatever button you want, you can take the name. Like get name. Okay. Whatever you want, you can take here. So get name. And here also you can take the second function like get name 1. Okay. You save it, and then you can move to the backend code. And as you know that what will be the step number 1, you have to first of all quickly make the methods. Okay. So quickly I'll move at this place and I'll create the methods. So public void get name. I'll pass view. I'll write here, and then I'll prepare the body part. And you press Alt Enter so that the function gets the view importing part can be done. Similarly, you create the second function, that is again the same thing, public void get name 1. Okay, and you pass here the view. And here you can now put the body details and all here. Okay. Now basic codings are done. Now we have to apply the logic. Let's see what logic we are going to see. So as you know, before applying the logic, let's do again some more basics part, that is creating variable, linking, and all those things should be done. So we had 4 components. Out of 4 components, we have to link what? Text view, image view, 2 things. So I'll take here 2 variables like text view. I'll take TV here. Okay. And you press Alt Enter, it will take up. Then I have to take image view. So image view, I'll take ID1. Okay. So once variable is creation, you have to link it. So linking is very simple. So how to do? TV is equal to text view. Okay. Then you'll call the function find view by ID r dot id dot what? If you have doubt, no problem. You go back and check it out. So you can see it's text view. And for image also we'll see now only that is image view. Okay, it's very simple. So just write here PEX. When you start writing, it will display. If there will be any error and all, this display will not come. So once you are getting as per your thought, so you keep in mind that you are going on the right track. Okay. So similarly, I'll take IV1 is equal to image view. I'll call the function find view by ID r.id dot image view. I remember, so I'll take it image view. So till here the logic was simple. Now what we have to do is we have to apply the actual logic here. So what I will be doing is, as you know that once what I'm trying to say is whatever logic you will make, you have to keep it in a general way, so that if I'm taking like 3 buttons or 4 buttons or 4 images, it can work in all the cases. Okay. So in order to do that, the easiest thing will be that you take the help of array. Okay. So what I will do is I'll first of all create 2 more variables here. Okay. Just see here. So I'll take 2 more variables and I'm putting the name as question ID. Okay. And the second is let it be guess ID. So I'll tell you what I'm actually trying to do. So I have taken in guess ID. As you know that whenever you are grabbing anything, it is having a ID. Okay. So I'm going to match based on the IDs. Okay. So once you have taken the IDs, you can go for matching. Okay. So how we can do these all? Let's see. So I will do one more thing. I'll take the help of array. The arrays are really very helpful in this case. How? I'll take a string array. Let's see how. First, you just observe what I'm doing and then I'll explain you. So in order to take string array, you just write a simple code, string array. So I'll first of all take all the name of the celebrities. So name of, you can write in the short whatever you want, and you can write here new string, and in this way you can create all the celebrities name. You can put all them in one array. So I'll write all the names. As you know, first one is, if that the name remains, spelling remains same. If spelling is changed, the matching logic will not work. Okay, so that you have to keep in mind. So as you know, I have taken 2. So based on that, I will be working. So as per the logic, I have created a string array and I have kept both the names. Okay. Similarly, what you will do, you will store the IDs also in an array. So I'll take one array variable of IDs. You know, IDs are actually integers. So that's why I'm taking in this way. So you create an array of integers and there you store all the IDs. So what will be the IDs? The IDs will be r dot drawable. See, all the IDs of the images are stored in the drawables. So r dot drawable. Let's see the first one. So we have to store it in a way so that it will be visible to us. Okay. So Akshay. Okay. Second one is not visible. I mean, some issue has come up. Let's see. First one should be Ajay Devgan name. So let's see why it is not coming. That's not coming. Just a second. I'll again take it. I'll delete it and I'll take it once more. Sometimes these issues come. If I'll try to take some more names so that whichever will be accepted, that I will. Okay, one name already have taken. I'll take some more names. Whichever will be accepted, that I'll consider. I've taken 3 more. Let me see. So you can see now the names are coming now. Okay. If this issue is coming, you have to just restart your laptop. So now if you look carefully, I have taken two names as per our requirement. First one was this, and the second one is Akshay Kumar's name. Now if you look carefully, the logic one I have created. The logic one is I have created first of all the array of string, and again I have created the array of IDs. So what actually the logic I am trying to apply, just have a look here, guys. So you know, in this part, the name is stored, yes or no? And in this part, their IDs are stored. Okay. So what I will be doing is, if you look carefully here, the one very important concept which everyone is knowing, that in arrays, the index remains same. Means the index value of this one is 0, the index value of this one is 1. And here also the index value is 0, and here the index value is 1. So what I'm going to do is, inside the front-end design, the image is displayed here and button is also present here. Okay. So my logic will be, as you know, the input is fixed. This image, whichever I have kept here, that is fixed. It's up to us what you want to put. Okay. I'll tell you where I will be putting that. So I'll put a fixed image here, and suppose the image is of Ajay Devgan, suppose. So what will happen? As you know, the name present here is what? Ajay Devgan, and here the name present is Akshay Kumar. So what I'm going to do is, as soon as I'll press this button, I know the function, this function will be executed. So what I'll do as a step one is, whatever text is written on this button, that I'm going to store in some string, let it be S1. Okay. Now inside S1, I have the string, yes or no? And I know that this string, if I compare with this string array, I will be able to get a correct comparison, yes or no? Because in S1, I have got the string, and here at the 0th position, I'll be getting what? The matching part. And wherever the match will occur, I will be getting the index also. Yes or no? So whichever index is matching, based on that, what I can do is I can go for checking part. Okay. So if everything is going well, what will happen? You will get the exact output. Okay. So let's see how we can do this. So till this part is clear to everyone, I hope so, that I am going to take the text from here, I'll put it somewhere. Okay. And that I will put in some other variable. Let it be, I'll take some variable like guess ID and all, and I'll put there. And in this way, I'll start. So let's see. Slowly you will understand everything. Just have a look here. I'll keep this image here only so that I can use it. So once you have set everything, what I will do is I will also set the question ID. Okay. So if you just look here, what I'm going to do. So before starting the project, I'm going to do one thing, that is I'm going to set the image. So how to set the image? It's very simple. That is iv1 dot get set background, set image resource. So suppose I'm setting the image as what? That is r dot drawable dot, let it be the first image. I'm storing first image. So actually as it is my program, I know that which image is stored there. So whatever image is stored there, I also know the ID also. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare the IDs. Okay. So how we can do this? It can be done in a very simple way. Okay. So by what I will do is I'll take one more variable here, and I will, as I know that image is set as r.drawable.ajaydev, the ID is confirmed that ID should be Ajay Dev. Okay, so I'm keeping as a question. I'm taking one variable like question ID. Okay, and I'm just keeping it as r.drawable.ajay. So please, guys, try to understand what I'm trying to make you understand. So just have a look. So here I have taken the string and here I have taken the IDs. Try to understand. Then I will write the code, because writing code is not important. The important is developing the logic. How you can do this. Okay. So see what I'm doing. As I know that what image will be set. Already I know that. That is set image resource. With the help of set image resource, I have set the image. Okay. So what I have done is I have taken a variable that is question ID, and there I have stored the ID. Okay. Now, once you will be clicking this button, what you will get? You will get the name of the person. You will get the text, and that text is what? The name of the person. And what I will do is I will make a comparison between this name and the names present in the array. Okay. So if you look carefully, when this match will occur, what I will get? I will get the index of that place. Yes or no? So if suppose match is occurring at this place, I'll get the index as 0. If the match is occurring at this place, I'll get the index as 1. Yes or no? Now at index 0, if index 0, if the ID is matching, then I can say the person is, the pressed button is correct. Why? Let's see. So as you know, when I'm pressing the first image, I'll get what here? Index as 0. And I have also kept in that same chronological order. Okay, means wherever the name is, whatever name is there, based on that ID I have kept here. So what will happen? If you look here carefully, if I go for a if condition, and in that if condition, if I match the IDs, then I will be able to write the result. Okay. So if still you have not understood, then just wait and let me write the code, and then I'll make you understand once more. So inside this function, I'll write the code. Okay. So all of you just look carefully. So as you know, I have 2 buttons. So I'll be writing 2 codes. Okay. So first of all, let me write in the first one. I have set the question ID, that is QID. And now I will come to this and I will write the code. Okay. So let's see. So what I will do is, first of all, as you know, my text view is actually containing what? Not text view. My button is containing what? Some name. So what I will do is, I'll first of all take a string. Let it be string S1. And this S1, what I will do, I will quickly get the name from the button. So what is that? What is the command for that? The command is very simple. That is how I can get the name. So here we have to do something. Now, in order to get the name, what I have to do is I have to create the variable also. So what I will do is I have to create the variable for my button also. So I'll do button B1 and B2. Keep that in mind. Now I'm going to get the text from the button, so I have to link them also. Okay, so I'll quickly link them also. So B1 is equal to button find view by ID r.id dot. So it was written there. So you can see here button and button 2. So button, and I'll go for the second button as well. That is B2 is equal to button find view by ID r.id dot button 2. So now I have the buttons also. So what I will do now, I quickly call v1 dot get text. I'll call this function and dot toString. So what will happen when this button gets when this command gets executed? I'll get what? I'll get the text present on the button. Yes or no? Now what I'm going to do, as I know there are only 2 buttons, so and in my array also there are 2 values, so I will create a for loop which will run only 2 times. So I'll take int I is equal to 0, I less than equal to 1, I plus plus. Okay. So I hope you're getting why I'm running this loop 2 times, because I have to search the name as per the array. So in our array, as there are only 2 names, so that's why my for loop is also running only 2 times. Okay. Now here, first of all, what I will do, I'll take one more variable on top. Just have a look. Why I'm taking that variable, I'll tell you. Just take one more variable and let that variable be. Okay, already I have taken the variable that is guess ID. Okay. And this, see, this is also important. The question ID should be global. So which the question ID which I have taken here, that you have to write here. Okay. So don't create a local one, because I'm going to use it in some other function also. So if you create a local one, you will not be able to use it. Okay. So what I will do is I'll create first of all the for loop, and inside this for loop I'm going to check. So what I'm going to check, see here, I'm going to check that whether S1, so what is S1 actually? S1 is containing the string, yes or no? So S1 dot equals, okay, equals what? So if you look at our array, string array, so I'm going to check whether it is first name or not. If it is not first name, then I will check for the second one. So I'm going to check that. Okay. So how I will check? It's very simple. So you'll write here the name of the array, that is whatever is present there, and you will pass the index. So index, I know that it is present in I, so I'll use here. So when this condition is true, okay, it means what? The guest ID is equal to the ID of the, just a second guys, my battery is running low, just a second. Just a second guys, I'm just connecting my power supply.